covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublet, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to High Plains Today. Good to see you. Hey, we spent 3 days at the 3i Show in Dodge City, and we were able to visit with several people about things we found fun and interesting. So, today, enjoy highlights from this year's 3i Show. I'm now joined by Byron Nield. He is a district representative with Miller Electric. We're here at the Matheson Welding Supply booth, and the Miller Road Show is behind us. And we have our good friend Matt is back here. He's demonstrating some plasma cutting, and which he just seems to be pretty fair at because he's got a bunch of stuff there that he's been doing. And I didn't realize that plasma cutting was such an easy deal.
Absolutely, it is very easy. Plasma cutters have been one of our shows. For the 3i Show, it's been one of our largest sellers.
Why? Okay, so why is that, you think?
All you got to have is compressed air and electricity, and you can cut whatever you want out in the field. So
Plus, plasma cutting, air, electricity, ba-bam. That's all you need.
Absolutely.
Wow, I did not realize that. How long? Okay, so how long's Matt been doing this? He looks pretty fair at it.
Matt's pretty good. He's been with Miller for a little over a year now. And he graduated from Ferris State with a welding engineering degree.
A welding engineering degree, okay.
Yep. So he's been around the industry for quite a while.
All right, so other than plasma though, and this is a slick deal, you have a bunch of other stuff set up as well.
Absolutely. We've got probably 90% of our full catalog lineup here as far as power sources go. And it's a great opportunity for people to stop by. If they're looking to buy, if they're just thinking about something, they can come in, they can check it out, they can practice. You know, we love for people to be able to come by and practice before they pay.
This is not your father's old stick welding type of deal, is it?
No. No. We have that.
You do? They still use that in the industry?
Absolutely. There's a lot of different applications, and a lot of times when you're outside, the wind's blowing, you can't get the gas coverage that you need. That's where stick welding comes back in. Also using a self-shielded flux core wire can help. So
a self-shielded flex core wire.
Flux core wire, yep.
All right, we just went over my head. All right. So, and you're here with Matheson Welding Supply, and they have stores in Salina and Hayes, and I forget the third, Wichita. Of course, Manhattan. Wichita and Manhattan. Okay. And so they brought you guys in because they're your representative.
Yep. We're one of their vendors, and we do a lot of work together.
Okay. All right. And, man, okay. All right. Explain to the dummy in the world, MIG versus... there's a TIG, right?
There's a
TIG. All right, tell me the difference. Give me a quick 101 dummies version between MIG and TIG.
Okay, so MIG, you have a wire that's coming out that's electrically charged, and there's an arc, and it melts the wire into the puddle. With TIG, you have a piece of tungsten, and that transmits the arc, and then you put in your own filler metal. But the tungsten just stays. It's not consumed.
Big deal. Okay.
That's
so what would be something you would use MIG for? General around the farm, fixing this, it's broke or whatever, you got to weld back together?
Tacking a bed frame back together, all the way up to John Deere tractors.
Okay. And so then the TIG, where would you? Give me an example of what you do with TIG welding.
You're gonna use TIG when you need a little cleaner weld. Aircraft uses TIG a lot, as well as stainless steel, high critical welds with aluminum. A lot of times in pipe, you'll run your initial root pass with the TIG machine, and be able to get that tied together before you put in. Not to get technical, but
you can get technical. Somebody out there will understand it.
Before you put in your fill and cap pass, and with either your metal core or solid core.
Okay.
Or flux core.
All right. And then the plasma cutting, has that kind of taken the place of the acetylene torch?
In a lot of places, absolutely.
I mean, it appears to be much easier, like you said. You need some air and you need some electricity. Boom, done.
Right. And in our everyday world, those things are getting more and more accessible, where, in some environments, it's hard to allow or to get safety right-off to use oxygen and acetylene.
Okay, now that makes sense. All right, so, and while we've been doing this whole thing, Matt's been over here just a plasma cutting away, and I'm sure you heard him in the background. And we're going to go over and see what, look at him. He's plasma cutting the Miller logo. And he's just making it kind of fancy. Holy mackerel. All right, so you were right. He's done this a time or two.
A time or two, absolutely.
That's pretty slick. Matt, thank you very much for doing that. That is very nice. You've done this before, haven't you?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. Yeah, this is your second day on the job, right?
Yeah, third.
All right, thank you, Matt. Okay, now we're going to talk to Uncle Stubby. Uncle Stubby. He says he's from Arkansas, but in this part of the world, we're going to say he's from Arkansas. And I hope you're okay with that. But
Go Hogs.
no, just don't do pig suey for me, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, so tell me what you have here.
All right, we have the Infinity Auto Darkening Helmet. It is the largest viewing area in the world right now. And it affords the farmer to let to see what he's doing before he strikes the arc. We have a feature called the X mode so that the farmer can actually weld outside and the sun won't trip it, or neither will the light from the arc. So he can get out of position and get where he needs to weld. In the X mode, what tricks with sensors is a magnetic field from the arc. And this is American technology.
Okay. All right. So here, hold this up so Brian can get a shot of this, because all those settings are right here inside.
Exactly.
Okay. So you can make it lighter, you can make it darker. All right. Short and long. Now tell me what that is. Less and more.
Okay. Right here, he can adjust the shade from 8 to 13. Also, he can delay it going back to the light state, which is shade 3, from 0 seconds to a full second. And then right here is a sensitivity, which you can set for TIG or MIG. Right now I have it set on 2. That is for MIG, so it doesn't flicker on you.
Okay. So, and that adjusts so as soon as the arc is struck or whatever, then it boom, darkens up, and then you can set it so that when you're done, boom, back to you can see everything.
That way the welder can see exactly where he's welding.
And I've always seen, in this day of the internet and all these reality shows on television and everything, how many different ways can I mean, you have this one with the flames and the skull on it and everything. Right. Can you get these just about any way you want them now, can you?
Sure.
I mean, you've got a whole, now Matheson has a whole bunch of them over here.
They have different models, different graphics. This is the departed graphic. Of course, farmers usually buy black and then put their own decals on it. But,
really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They just kind of customize them up themselves.
Customize it any way you want to do it.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
All right, so all they have to do is, and if you go into Matheson, you can get a plain black one, you can get this one by Miller,
you can
all
get
that
stars
stuff.
and stripes, you can get all kinds of graphics.
You can just do about whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Uncle Stubby, thanks. That's
you.
kind of slick.
All right.
And Byron, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Matt, nice job on the plasma cutting. He's made all kinds of, have you done all this?
Yeah, I've been playing around.
See, you did. Look at this. He's got a 3-eye show one. I'm guessing this came off of an implement of some sort. Probably a crust buster. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure. But you got all kind of Dodge City. You got a lot of stuff here. Guys, if you ever get a chance and you're ever out at a show and you see the Miller Road Show out there, go by and see these guys because they got some cool stuff here. They got this big trailer. They can do demonstrations. They can do all kinds of stuff. Come strike an arc with us, as Byron said. Byron, thank you very much for taking the time. And we'll be back with more after this. And welcome back. I am now joined by Daryl Tieben. He is one of 2 brothers that runs Mighty Handy Manufacturing. You're here in Dodge City, correct?
2 miles from here.
2 miles. I drive by your building all the time. And you guys are probably known best for your cattle equipment.
Yeah, that's right. First things that my dad started building years ago.
All right. So, and your dad actually founded Mighty Handy, and how did they come up with the name Mighty Handy?
Good question. Him and my mother came up with it. I'm gonna have to ask him that.
They've never told you?
Oh, I've heard it, but
You don't remember?
yeah.
Daryl, you're killing me, buddy. You're killing me. He's killing me. You're killing me. Maybe they knew they were going to hand it over to you and your brother, and they knew that you couldn't spell good. Maybe that's what.
There you go. I'll buy that.
All right. And what we're looking at here behind us, what would you call this rig here?
That's a complete working facility for cattle.
All right. So if you're out in the pasture around the corrals or whatever, you're going to set this up to work cattle.
That's more of a permanent setup. This
It is.
one
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll set it up, bring cattle in. It goes into the crowding tub here, and then it comes into the alleyway, and then either loads them up into semi to go wherever they want to go, or else they go.
Become T-bone steaks.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ribeyes, Kansas City,
Ribeye,
whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And then, of course, you've got the squeeze chute down here, right?
Right.
All right. Okay. So, and this is probably, all right, now I'm going to ask you, back in 61, when your dad started this company, what was the first thing that he came up with?
First thing he made was a little winch that went in the back of your pickup. Had a little hand winch on it.
Yes.
You'd turn it over and pick a motor up and then swing it into the back of your pickup. Everybody had one back of their pickup back then, it seemed like. But, yeah, that we did the state fair with that. I was a little bitty kid, I can remember that. But that was 54 years ago, I know. We showed that at the state fair, and we've been at the state fair ever since.
And then everybody then had to
have one.
Holy
Yeah.
mackerel, holy crap, we got to have one of those.
Yeah.
And so then from there, he just kept
Right. He
moving
went from
on and
there
on.
to cattle equipment. He went to a tank heater and then to the calf table over here.
Okay.
And then
All right. Explain the calf table to me.
It's for calves. It's,
All right.
It's made to where you can lay them over to work on them. You have a little foot lever that you open up here, and when he runs in, you stick his head
Catch him
in
by the
right
head,
there. You
yes.
catch him by the head, and then you put a squeeze on him. And then when you lay him over, why it locks, and now you can do whatever.
You do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, that's right.
That's slick. All right.
Yeah.
And
Round bale feed.
round bale feet. Okay, I got that
Yeah.
right. But it's square.
Yeah, it's for us square people. They're slower people, you know. You put it on their endways, I guess. But yeah, pick that up and see how heavy that
No.
one is.
No.
That one's
We don't need to see me go huh right here on TV. Okay, and the other thing that you guys have done now this is a more recent acquisition, I'm thinking, is the grain augers.
Grain auger. That was in the 80s. We came up with that, and that's the old Speed King grain auger is what that
Okay,
is.
but it's still manufactured 2 miles from here, right?
Right. We just moved all the tooling from their place to our place, and
That's much handier that way.
mighty handier.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah,
Maybe
there you
that's
go.
it.
See?
All right. Okay. And there's some more. You've got a load and chute over here.
This is a portable type loading chute, where behind us is a stationary
Right.
one. And so, yeah, this is more for out in the field.
Okay. Yeah, this is the one where you're going out to the pasture and the truck shows up and you're going, how am I going to get them cows in?
That's right. There you go.
So you pull up with this behind your pickup or whatever, and then ba-boom, you're done.
Yeah, raise it up, lower it down. Good to go. Whatever size trailer you are, it fits.
That's too easy. Okay. And then, and we got another squeeze chute over here.
Squeeze chute, yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, you got one thing over here that I thought was really, really kind of interesting, and it makes sense. This is a wire roller, correct?
Yeah, that rolls your wire up, unrolls your wire.
So this would be for those guys that are putting their cattle out on winter wheat and that type of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
they use
They're
that.
gonna run electric wire. They're just gonna run smooth electric wire.
Yeah,
This would make it a lot easier picking that up, right?
real easy.
Real easy.
you just-
Real easy. That's mighty handy too.
Mighty handy too. That's
Okay,
right.
but can you use this for other types of, baling wire and that kind of stuff? Or
Oh, yeah.
barbed wire?
Barbed wire. It'll
Barbed
do-
wire?
Yeah, that'll do a half a mile of barbed wire.
A half a mile.
2 miles of smooth wire.
Half a mile is a lot of barbed wire.
Yeah, a lot of little sticky things you get cut on.
I'd hate to have to do that by hand.
But see, you don't get cut on it because the wire goes through here, and instead of feeding it in there, you just take your hand here, and you don't have to.
Back and forth.
worry
This
about getting your hands in
that's
that
just
barbed
about that's about idiot proof, isn't it? Almost.
Almost.
All right. Okay. And then the other thing. Now you've got a big old tank. What?
Mining tire. They
Okay,
use
so that
for-
came out of a mine somewhere, off of
Right.
one of those big trucks or a loader or
That's what it is.
something.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you've cut that in half. It looks like.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, you didn't, but okay. So
Yeah.
What would you use that for? I mean, are you going to use that out in the pasture for the cattle, or
It
what?
takes the place of a stock tank. That's right. In the wintertime, it works like it's insulated, so you don't need a tank heater most of the time to keep the ice off. The cows can drink on the outside edge of it. In the summertime, it's insulated. Your water's cooler, so the cows like the water better, I guess, is what they say. But
That's not going to wear out or rust either, is it?
no. And the kids, when they shoot them with the guns, it's not going
Doesn't
to
put
go
a hole
for
in 'em, does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's just...
That makes a lot of sense. All right, now, you got to tell me one more thing before we get to my favorite deal, though, is over here. Now, I see this deal,
Yeah.
and it's some kind of an auger of some sort.
Right. That goes on the back of your truck for filling your grain drills. This time of year, they're planting wheat.
Yes.
They got to get the wheat from the truck to their drill.
All right. So how's this powered?
The hydraulic motor right here, the hydraulic system that raises your bed,
Yes.
you put a little valve in there and pull out on the valve, and then instead of lifting your bed, it runs this auger. You got a little button up here, you just push. When you push on the button, the auger runs, puts grain in your...
Let off the button, the auger stops.
It stops. That's right. Push in on the lever, and your bed will go on up or down, or whichever way you're going.
All right, that's slick. So that just goes on the back of your truck.
Yeah, simple.
That's an easy deal. And this lines up with the back of the truck where and when you raise it up, it just runs in.
Yep. And if they're using fertilizer augers real hard. And we have a sleeve inside of here that covers that auger up that you can adjust so that it won't overload your auger. That's something
Okay.
works good. A lot of them don't have that.
That's an important safety
That's
tip
right.
to Mighty Handy. All right, now we're off to the thing that we saw. I saw first when we walked up here, the fishing pole thing.
You got to have a little fun with your work, you know.
All right, we're going to go over here. Here we are. Now, this is the fishing pole handle, hook setter. What are you going to call this thing?
It's called an easy fisher.
Okay, you made it a lot simpler than I did.
know it.
All right, so explain to me how this works.
What you do is you put your pole in here when it's not set. Take your fishing pole, set it down in here. If you're fishing for crappie, you don't want to set that hook real hard, so you can't pull on it very hard. So what you're going to do there is you hook this over here like a mouse trap.
Okay, yeah, like a mouse trap. You
Okay.
just put the little deal on it.
You
All
bring
right.
your string from your first eye to here. You just bring it over here and hook it. Now for crappie, you'll leave this hook here way up so it don't set the hook real hard.
And jerk the fish clear out of the water and over your head.
And then from going here to here, when this sets off, it don't hit real hard, see? But now we're going to fish for bigger catfish. Number one, you got to set that hook real hard.
Okay. All right, I'm with you.
Here, we're going to pull this down real hard. Okay? Now,
We're putting a wang on that spring right now.
That's the wing on it.
All right, gotcha.
Then instead of bringing your string from here to here over, come way up here and put it over. Now when that thing hits the end of it, the hook's going to be up here. Now watch what we do here when I hit that, like the fish is going to bite. I mean,
All right, that sets the hook right now.
set your hook real quick. But now we still got another thing.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, that's right, but wait, okay. Sometimes you want to use live bait to fish with.
Sure, and you don't want them setting this
On
off.
him set it off. So then what you do is take this little wing nut here and you tighten it real tight where he can't set it off, but a great big old fish can. How's that?
That makes sense. You're
It's
right.
mighty handy.
Yeah, it's mighty handy, mighty handy. All right, next time I see you, though, I want to know the reason for the naming of the company.
I'll find out and I have an answer for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Daryl, thank you very much for showing us around Mighty Handy. Daryl Tieben, Mighty Handy, him and his brother. He's going to check with his parents, find out how they came up with the name. We're not sure. But anyway, we'll be back with more after this.
This is Eddie Estes, and I want to thank all of you for attending this edition of the 3i Show. 61 years, and what a great show it was. Exhibitors from like 30 states, and all these great people that came from all over the country to see the show. So we're really looking forward to the 62nd edition, which will be a similar weekend as it is this year, and everyone seems to be quite satisfied with the dates that we've selected. Again, exhibitors from 30 states, more than 1,000 companies attended the show this year, and we are really excited. We'll be evaluating the show at this point. We'll get input from exhibitors, input from those that attend the show, And by the way, if you'd like to do that too, it's info@3ishow.com. Send us your comments, let us know, or get on our Facebook page. Give us all the help that we could use, and we will certainly be appreciative of that. Another year with the 3i Show here in Dodge City. This was our 4th year, next year 5th. Then we look at renewing contracts for another 5 years. This is Eddie Estes, and I thank you so very much for attending this edition of the 3i Show, and we want you to get the heck into Dodge.
And there you have it, a look at this year's 61st annual 3i Show here on the grounds of the Western State Bank Expo Center. We've had a great time. We've seen well over 1,000 vendors, all kinds of people. You know, it's been a great 3i Show. You need to make plans next year and get yourself here and check it all out. Thanks for watching.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.